Don't get to use the fun machine today. So no, what's it called? No solitaire while I cardio. Guess you guys can get a better view of the haircut. It's all gone now. I wouldn't say all, but I'd say a good 4 to 6 inches all around. Just chopped it off. So, yeah, no more ponytails for a good month or so. But today's cardio day. I want to talk about the idea of LARPing, okay? You know, everyone is talking about you LARPing this, you LARPing that nowadays. And, you know, they take it as a negative thing. Me personally, I don't think LARPing has to be negative. Perfect example is, now I haven't been told this before, but I can definitely imagine. I've seen it in comment sections. I've seen it in, other people's lives. Perfect example of working out and bodybuilding. I've seen this kid younger than me on TikTok. He's talking about his meal preps. He's talking about, the commitment it takes to be able to lose weight and, look and feel good with himself. And the comment section is telling him, it's not that deep, little bro. Stop LARPing. Never gonna step on stage. What's the point? Yada, yada, yada. Now, even if his plan wasn't to step on stage, what's the point in saying something like that? Truly. And then on the receiving end, what's the point in taking it as a negative, right? If we've ever wanted to be good at something, we've had to stand that point in time where we were bad at it, be okay with it. And more often than not, right, you wanna be a pro bodybuilder. You gotta do what they do, right? And I guess that means you're gonna have to LARP until you are said pro bodybuilder. It's just be comfortable with it, I guess, yes. Okay, let's look at me. Well, I haven't dealt with that experience in this specific case scenario where people saying I'm a LARPer in terms of bodybuilding and meal prep and hitting the gym. Let's break it down from a conventional standpoint. If I were to choose to take my diet seriously, not want to party, drink, meal prep, hit the gym extra hard, go to failure, and that's considered LARPing as a bodybuilder, it's an interesting take in general. But regardless, people are going to say, oh, you're just a LARPer. You're never going to step on stage, or you're LARPing as an influencer. You're setting up your tripod and recording in the gym. In order to become that which you want, I guess you have to stand the time in which you aren't that thing and you're considered just a LARPer. Because truly, I guess, by that definition, to the masses, you are a LARPer until you're successful. You are a LARPer until you step on stage. Till you make it big on YouTube. Till you get that brand sponsorship. You're only just a LARPer. Which, I don't know, people get torn up by that. And I'd be lying if it said that didn't frustrate me, seeing people tear others down, calling them a LARPer, when you need to be bad at something in order to be good first. Right? You have to take the newbie steps. You have to take the steps to get there, where you aren't, I guess, quote unquote, that thing that they identify you as. You have to be a faker till you make it, which I do. It's like an entire tangent on like imposter syndrome, because I deal with that too sometimes, where I don't necessarily view myself as something because, oh, I haven't done it for this long, or I've not accomplished certain tasks. But truly, at what point, at what benchmark have you considered truly something to identify as? Now, that's a case-by-case thing. Because if you want to say, I'm a pro IFBB natural bodybuilder, then you kind of have to have the credentials to be able to say that. You have to have your pro card. But just to say you're a bodybuilder, there's not a legally binding contract that says you can't state that until you go to your first bodybuilding show or win your first award. And that limiting mindset is, I think, what stops a lot of people from pursuing their dreams. Oh, I can't be this unless I do this. The idea of conflicting identities that limit one. It's kind of sad. You know, if there's anything that I could say about that, it's people are going to say you're a Larper regardless. Guess you got to be okay with Larping for a little bit. And there's definitely a larger difference between not being good at something, but still trying to commit to that identity versus faking something because you think the masses would enjoy that. That, I'd say, is a better idea of Larping. Now, we've misconstrued the entire definition of Larping to begin with, but today's standard slang definition of Larping would be more so somebody that pretends to identify with something but doesn't in the name of clout. Like a lot of, I don't know how controversial I want to get, but a lot of like cosplay influencers nowadays know nothing about cosplaying or the fact that, you know, it's shit. I may not have been that old when I got into anime, but it was still during that age where it was like frowned upon. So I had to like secretly watch anime in like my room at 3 a.m. So my parents thought it was weird. My friends kind of thought it was, or not, I wouldn't say friends. My close friends loved anime, but like your average person kind of just thought it was weird. But where was I going? I lost this tangent. There's a difference between pretending to like something just so you can gain some clout and being new to something and having to suck and not be knowledgeable at it, but truly it's a passion of yours. So don't get caught up in being called a Larper. Take it as a compliment. More often than not, you're doing the things that people aren't willing to do to succeed.